are infected with this growth. It's a toxic contamination, and that's why I think there's something sinister going on.
That was a brilliant idea of yours, Mr. McClure. Telling people we were looking for the Loch Noch monster. The Loch Noch monster, indeed.
Mr. McClure! Look at the radar!
Oh.
Here! On the screen!
What are you talking about?
Good grief. It's enormous. You know what it is, don't you? It really exists. It's the Loch Noch monster.
Maybe it's the Navy, here on exercises.
No, we'd know if it was them. No, whoever it is, it's no one official. Well, I don't like it. We don't want anyone investigating what's happened here.
What exactly are you doing with that periscope, General Cuervo?
What do you think I'm doing with it? I'm looking through it.
Get away from that.
You forget? I am the next Presidente of San Bernardino.
And you forget that I am the Vixen. Capable of infinitely more than a little kick.
No. I don't forget. That's why I hire you for my revolution.
Then do what I say. That periscope will never appear above the surface of the water.
Yeah, well, you said we were supposed to be looking for something. How are we gonna look for it without the periscope, huh?
Sometimes, my dear Generalissimo, I think you're being deliberately forgetful.
Yeah, well, that's my disguise, huh? Pretending not to be so clever. But just so we remember who's the boss around here. Who bought this submarine?
Then perhaps you should try remembering before I get upset and my finger tightens with annoyance on this trigger.
Hey.
Now, why must the periscope never appear above the surface of the water?
Because we're supposed to be here in secret.
Yes, and why are we here in secret?
Well, because you hear there are some toxic wastes in the lake.
Loch.
Loch?
Loch Noch.
Who's there?
A great and funny laugh. You were saying?
Oh, see. In this lake, Loch. Yes. There are these toxic wastes, and when they get together, they multiply and become a deadly toxic monster.
Ah, that wasn't so difficult, was it? Aha!
The little fish has got these things growing all over it.
Wonderful. At last, a living organism that is contaminated. I shall be able to create my very own toxic monster.
Our very own toxic monster.
It will bring me back to power in San Bernardino. Nobody is going to badmouth a Presidente who has a monster on his side.
Of course not, my dear Generalissimo. And once we've made this monster, you're going to get exactly what's coming to you. Believe me.
Hello?
Mr. McClog, it's Jack Green here.
Who? Do you know Jack Greenrod?
No.
Good day to you, Oscar McClog speaking. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm writing an article on pollution in the Scottish Lochs, and in view of the work that you're doing at Loch Noch, I'd like to talk to you.
This area is out of bounds to everyone. Any trespassers found here will be shot. Goodbye.
Now, you're definitely hiding something.
Me being horrible?
Horrible. You've got a face like a bucket of sick.
Well, you're the most horrible person I've ever met in the whole universe. And I expect, if we ever went to any other universe, you'd still be the most horrible person there is.
All right. What's going on now?
Well, she said that I'm horrible.
Wait a minute. One at a time, Tammy.
He said my dad wasn't coming back for 40 years.
No, I didn't.
He did.
No, I did not.
Wait a minute, Tammy. Michael.
All I said was maybe her dad had lost his memory, and how I'd seen on the TV a man had lost his memory for 40 years. That was all.
Then he said I'll be over 50 when my dad came back, and think of the pocket money he'd owe me.
I was only trying to cheer her up, and then she started throwing things.
I don't need to throw things.
Oh, Tammy! Oh. Enough of that. Although, Michael, I think you may have been a bit tactless.
But I was only trying to cheer...
This could be about my dad.
Hello, Kate, Michael, Judd.
Cynthia, what are you doing here?
Twig you sent me. It's a catastrophe. But don't just stand there. Give me a hand, get my stuff in. We've got important work to do. Who are you?
I own this house.
Aren't you rather young?
Aren't you rather old?
This is the so-called McLog research station. Now, we have to get inside there and find out what is really going on.
Sir,
Yes?
you know who we need on this case, don't you?
Who?
That Green man, sir. Jack Green. He'd soon get to the bottom of this.
Oh, what nonsense, Agent 7. He may be a well-meaning enough man, but the man's an amateur. This job is for professionals.
But, sir...
No buts about it, Agent 7. During that last escapade when we were involved with that man Green, I noticed that you developed rather a soft spot for him, didn't you?
Who, me, sir? Gosh, no, sir.
Don't try and pull the wool over my eyes. I'm a trained investigator. I know a soft spot when I see one. I shall give you a little advice, Agent 7.
Yes, sir.
In this world of international espionage and crime and corruption, there's no room for soft spots. You have to learn to be ruthless, Agent 7, totally without ruse.
Yes, sir.
There's no room in our world for sentiment. We are people apart. Soft spots and cuddles are not for us. But now to action. We have to get inside this research base without arousing their suspicion, and I intend to do that myself.
What, sir? Arouse their suspicion?
Oh, don't be such a fool, Agent 7. I shall go in underground.
Gosh, sir, how? Tunneling?
Not tunneling, Agent 7. I shall go in disguise.
Brilliant, sir. What sort of a disguise? Electricity board man come to read the meter? Newspaper reporter, sir?
None of those, Agent 7. People would see through those disguises too quickly. No, I shall go as a bagpipe mender.
Bagpipe mender, sir?
We are in Scotland, Agent 7. Merge with the background.
But, sir, what about the accent? Not that I'm suggesting,
That
sir.
is the brilliance of this cream. I've just had this sent up to me by P.
P?
He's the man in charge of new inventions.
No, I thought that was Q, sir.
Yes, well, it used to be Q, but he retired, so now we've got P. P comes after Q.
No, I thought P came before Q. A, B, C, D,
Normally,
E, F.
Agent 7, yes, but this is the other brilliant touch about this case. We're working backwards. It automatically causes confusion.
G.
Not G7, P.
Well, sir,
Can we get back to this invention? The first stroke of genius about it is that it is disguised as an imperial mint. The second is the way that it works. I can set it to any accent that I wish. In this case, Scottish. Then I place it in my mouth, and it takes over my vocal cords!
Gosh, sir, that is terrific. Oh, that doesn't sound very Scottish, sir.
There is some small problem, obviously caused by a short circuit from the metal fillings in my teeth, but it will work perfectly, Agent 7, when it needs to.
Right, sir.
Agent
7. Your job is to act as my backup. I want you to follow me and make sure that I'm not followed.
But, sir...
Yes, Agent 7?
Well, if I'm following you to make sure you're not being followed, then you will be being followed because I will be following you, sir.
Don't be such a fool, Agent 7. You know what I mean. We can't afford to take any chances. These may be dangerous people we're up against.
You mean to say that the contamination is a mixture of toxic chemicals and it's actually creating another life form?
That's about the size of it. And a deadly life form at that. That's why I came up. I'm going to try and make an antidote that we can make in large enough quantities to deal with this contamination before it spreads.
Where does the stuff come from?
That I don't know. I'm going to need some more samples of that twig. Have you got any?
No, but I can get some.
We're coming with you.
No, you certainly are not. If the area's as contaminated as Professor Birdwood says, you're not going anywhere near it. Hello, Elizabeth. Edward. Can't stop. They'll tell you what's going on.
What is going on?
Well, Uncle Jack's going
What?
Get undercover!
Oh, right. Sorry, I couldn't understand what you were saying.
Dorothy.
Oh, gosh, I'm so sorry. Are you all right? I heard someone, but I couldn't see who it was.
I'm fine. What are you doing here?
Well, I'm acting as a backup to M.
M? He's here as well?
Where?
He's trying to get into the McLog base, disguised as a bagpipe member, so as not to arouse their suspicions.
Then there is something sinister going on there. Dorothy, you must tell me everything you know. My cousin Angus's life is at stake.
Do you have any bagpipes that need mending?
Bagpipes?
Aye. Ikke flinke piker.
What?
Ikke flinke piker.
Out. You're either Jeremy Beadle or Candid Camera, and if you're not out of here in 10 seconds, I'm going to smack you over the head with a shovel.
You wouldn't know how to pour bagpipe mender?
10, 9.
Kejelida manine.
3.
You missed out 9 to 4.
Because I can't stand your blathering.
2. Je suis ici parce que mon travail. Donne and Vixen and Rudolph. And I hope your bagpipes go all wonky.
We'll be safe in this cave. Come and have a look at this.
I still don't see what's so good about it. It's just a fish.
Do you know, my dear General, you have the brains of an iguana.
Talk about coincidences. I have an uncle who lives just outside Iguana. Yeah, nice guy, a bit simple.
Nice guy, bit simple. Now, using the contaminated cells in this fish, I am going to create a living monster which will spread fear and terror throughout the world.
Caramba!
And once I unleash it, the world will come to me, to us, begging us to get rid of it, which we will do for a price.
Yes, but not in San Bernardino, eh? I will take this creature and win back my country with a glorious revolution. Viva o cuerpo todo. You British have no ear for music.
Now, I've been keeping this stage of the operation secret from you because I didn't think you were ready for it. But still, the time has come, and now you can witness the true brilliance of my scientific research. Hey, presto! There!
It's a load of seaweed and stuff. Now what are we gonna do? We're gonna eat it?
The cells from that fish... General Cuervo, you do understand what this is?
The monster? This is the monster?
Oh, bravo, bravo.
Yes! But don't we want a bigger monster than this?
Oh, don't worry, Generalissimo. It will grow. That's the whole point. My research has shown that stuff of this sort increases at an alarming rate. And as for seaweed, well, everybody knows that seaweed multiplies at a rate of knots. We are going to have an army of monsters.
Maybe M will have an answer, but I have a horrible suspicion what's going on. Ah, this world, I presume.
Mr. Green! What are you doing here, Mr. Green?
Well, he thinks he knows what's going on.
Does he indeed?
How did you get on, sir?
Little lack of communications, 8 and 7.
Oh, you mean they didn't want their bagpipes mended?
You may scoff, Mr. Green, but can you do any better?
Well, yes, I think I can.
How?
Well, I can just walk in. Good day to you.
Out! No unauthorized persons allowed in here.
Dear, and I have a message for Mr. McClog.
Sorry, a message. I'm sorry, Mr. McClog, he just walked in. I was just going to throw him out.
And that would be an awful pity before you'd had a chance to hear what I have to say.
And who are you?
Jack Green. We spoke on the telephone this morning.
Oh, I've nothing to say to you. Robert, throw him out. And see that he injures himself when he lands.
Right, Mr. McClog.
I can leave of my own accord. And you can read what I have to say in certain newspapers.
What?
Good day.
Wait. Well, I punch him now, Mr. McClug.
Not just yet. Why should I be interested in what you might write in certain newspapers?
Because I know what's going on here.
We're looking for the Loch Noch monster.
No, I know what's really going on here.
I warned you I do if you were trespassing.
Oh, I didn't need to trespass to collect these. Toxic waste contamination, I believe.
Rubbish.
Have it your own way. Toxic rubbish contamination.
These twigs have nothing to do with us.
Well, then you won't mind if I have a look around and ask you a few questions. Or would you rather I wrote my article without talking to you first?
In the morning?
9 o'clock?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Good day.
Where are you going with these twigs?
Well, I'm going to show them to some friends of mine. After all, they're nothing to do with you, are they? See you in the morning.
Why didn't you speak to him now?
Because I need time to think of answers to that interference visualized questions. That's why!
What is it?
Something that must be investigated immediately. It's the result of toxic wastes combining to create a lethal cocktail that's working on the living cells in the loch.
How do you know all about this?
I sent a sample to my friend Professor Birdwood. She identified it.
How horrible. Oh, sir! Isn't that what you said was happening in the loch?
Be quiet, Agent 7.
Oh.
So you know?
It's supposed to be a secret.
But why? This contamination could do terrible things. People should know it's happening.
No, Mr. Green, because we don't know why it's happening. We suspect the McLog Waste Disposal Company are behind it, but have they done it on purpose, or was it an accident?
Well, why don't you ask them?
Oh, the naivety of the general public.
Well, it's
That's what I intend to do.
But you can't.
Why not?
Because if they've done it for some secret military purpose and we confront them directly, all they'll do is simply move their operation elsewhere. No, we have to find out why they're doing it and who's behind them.
And then stop them, right, sir?
Precisely. Now, are you with us, Mr. Green?
No. Already my cousin Angus has disappeared. Who knows what may be happening to other people? I'm going to find out what's happening in there and do it my way.
That's the case, I shall have to lock you up as a danger to national security.
But you can't arrest him, sir. And what about the others?
Others?
Well, there's Professor Birdwood, Kate, Michael, and Jack's sister and brother-in-law. You'd have to arrest them all, sir, as a threat to national security.
Yes, I would. Thank you, Agent Seven.
Oh.
Yes. Thank you, Dorothy.
Well, Mr. Green, are you with us?
It doesn't seem as if you've left me much choice.
And then I add a little drop for pink stuff.
I've got the twigs.
About time, too. I thought you'd gone to Australia to get them.
I'm sorry for the delay, but there's a lot more to this toxic contamination business than meets the eye.
For goodness sake, Jack, don't start.
Now, quiet, all of you. It's experiment time. Stand well back. This is where we see how effective the whole thing is.
Well, when you say stand well back, it's not going to explode, is it?
Better not.
Oh, no. One just can't be too careful.
Well, how far back should we stand? Outside the house?
Oh, it's only a simple experiment. Just far enough back in case it smashes.
It didn't go with much of a bang, did it?
Did any of you spot my deliberate mistake?
Estupendo, hermoso. Oh, but you is good looking.
Thank you very much.
Hey. Oh, yeah, you as well. You know, you and me, we make a pretty good team, huh? Maybe we could make it permanent.
Permanent? What are you proposing?
Why not? Back in San Ferdinand, we be sitting pretty with what we got. Think about it. I've got ambition, intelligence, courage, good looks, that, etc., etc. And you know how to cook.
Cook?
See, like this seaweed monster. It's really cooking, huh?
Listen, you idiot.
I love it when she gets angry.
Do you realize that I have 7 degrees, 3 MAs, and 2 doctorates?
You've had 2 doctors?
Do you seriously think that I would ever consider for one moment setting up with you in San Banana?
Bernardino!
To waste the greatest criminal mind the 20th century has ever known on you.
Okay. You wouldn't have to cook. We could purchase a microwave.
Put your head there, please.
Huh? Oh, you need my help with this experiment, right? You see, you need me, babe.
I think that answers your question. Now, to business.